another exciting edition of the podcast that is sweeping all nations. It is I, international professional wrestling legend, icon, champion, Rusty Hardwood. How are you doing, everybody? I hope that this week finds you looking delicious like a tasty little snack, much like the morsels, the delicious little morsels that are known as the road stories that Rusty Hardwood brings to you each and every week on this beautiful little YouTube channel. Gotta give a big shout out to my nephew Frankie for hooking up the mobile podcasting studio. Debbie has let me back into the house to retrieve some of my belongings, and things are good. Things are good. You know, we're working through it, but at this point I have become acclimated to recording my podcast in the car. I like the freedom that it brings. I can kind of just do it anywhere, set up at any time. And it's pretty quiet. You know, my neighbors are pretty loud, so I want to make sure that I don't have any noise bleeding through, even though you probably get a little bit of noise from the wheeze in my voice. That's right, it's not that I'm under the weather, it's that it's fucking cold outside. That's really what it is. It's what it boils down to when you think about it. It's fucking cold, and it hurts my lungs, and every time I want to, you know, do a J, blow a little reefer, you know, take a dance with the devil's lettuce, take a saxophone solo on the jazz cabbage. Anytime I want to do that, it exacerbates it, makes my lungs hurt a little bit more. But that's nothing new to the legend Rusty Hardwood. That's not like an excuse that I would just serve up to you on a silver platter as a means of getting out of this, skedaddling away from telling you all these salacious stories. I would never do such a thing. I am dedicated to you the same way you are dedicated to me. And if you are dedicated to me, then I could really borrow $20. That would be really appreciated. You didn't come here for a sob story. You didn't come here to hear about my personal life. You came here to hear some stories. And 'tis the season to be ready to rumble, brothers. That's right. I'm going to tell you about the time that Rusty Hardwood was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble. 1993 was the year that I was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble. You see, I'm sitting backstage, and all of a sudden somebody comes up to me and says, "Rusty," and I say, "Hey, how you doing? I can't fucking remember your name in the context of this story when I'm telling it present day." And they said, "Rusty," and I won't repeat that. But the conversation basically led to an idea, an inkling of an idea that was spilling out of the mind of one Sir Vincent Kennedy McMahon. A lot of hot controversy going on with Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the WWE, whether he's going to sell it or not, whether Rusty Hardwood's going to buy it or not. Chances are, no, I'm not. I got all of my money in different places. I'd have to assemble it all into one centralized account to make such an expenditure. But I got stuff going on. I'm making a podcast, for fuck's sake. I'm out here telling the stories that the people want to know, like the one about the time that I was almost in the Royal Rumble. So it's 1993. I'm in the locker room. Somebody comes up to me and says, "Rusty, I got an idea. What I want to happen is somehow, some way, I want YOKOZUNA." That's right. If you remember correctly, it was YOKOZUNA that won the 1993 Royal Rumble. I want him to be outside on the floor lying down. And I want you to somehow to be clotheslined or shit canned or what have you over the top rope as if you are being ejected from the Royal Rumble. And I said, "Brother, that's not going to work for me." He said, "No, hold on. Hold on, Daddy. Let me finish. I want you to assail over the top. I want you to land safely and softly onto YOKOZUNA, who will be lying on the ground. You see, you will not be eliminated because your feet will not touch the ground because they will be cradled almost. You will be accepted like a little baby on a cloud into the waiting, loving arms of YOKOZUNA." And I said, "Well, fuck, that's a genius idea. I mean, of course, anything that's going to get me surrounded by the limelight. I don't even need the limelight. Give me the lemon light. I'll take whatever I can get." But this is certainly unlike anything that Rusty has ever done. You see, I have faced giants. I have faced the Haystack Calhouns, the Happy Humphreys, the Andres, the Giant Babas of the day. I have taken them all on. I have beaten them decisively. But this is an endeavor unlike any other, so I'm going to need a little bit of practice. So that's what we did. We went out to the ringside. It was before the show started. We went out there. Yoko, rest in peace, brother. Love you so very much. One of the very best wrestlers that there ever was. Graciously lays on the floor, and it turns out that he was fucking gung-ho about this. He loved the idea. He lays on the outside, and I have somebody just up and over me, fucking just clothesline me over the top rope, and I fall onto Yokozuna safely. He seems as if he is completely unbothered by it. I hit him square in the tummy, and I bounced as if it was a trampoline. And the next thing I remember, I'm spinning in midair. It's as if you've watched me dive from a 300-foot diving board, and I'm just flailing, and I come crashing down onto the ground, and I can feel every bone in my chest just crumple, as if it was a dried up box of Cap'n Crunch. It was as if you just stepped on a piece of chalk on the sidewalk when it was raining outside. I swear to God, it was slicker than shit. It was quite impressive. I mean, it looked pretty cool, but the come down cost me greatly because I had cracked my sternum. I felt many muscle tears in the intercostal muscles in my ribs. I felt all sorts of damage that was making it very difficult to breathe. In fact, I was making one of those really, that one of those noises when you can only suck a breath out. You only blow a breath out. You can't really suck one in. I was making that. It was one of those sounds. It is guttural as fuck. Yoko completely unfazed. Had no noticeable injuries. Nothing appreciable that the eye could see. And that's what took me out of the Rumble Brothers, because if not for that situation, I would have gallantly rolled back into the ring and just started clotheslining something and drop kicking and doing all sorts of cool shit. I would have made room, even, no matter how many bodies was in there. I was gonna get my shit in, brother. That's what I do. But that wasn't to be, because I spent the rest of the evening just trying to drink my dinner and breathe between that sound that I was occasionally making still. Yeah, and then Yoko won, which wasn't really the plan, but fucking politics, brother. That's wrestling. It's a lot sadder when you say it out loud by yourself in your car and you still haven't found your headphones, so it's not even like the voice that's coming out of your mouth holes coming back at you in any way, shape, or form. It's just me and the spit guard, I suppose, and you beautiful people who tune in to listen to the road stories of the one, the only, the legend, the icon, professional wrestling champion, Rusty Hardwood. That is I. He is me. Thank you so very much for everything. And that's just one more, brother. I got so very many of these stories just lining the sleeping bag that I crawl into at the end of every day in the back of this here SUV. So until next time, that's Hard Times. I'm Hardwood. And the fucking mute button, where's that shit? God damn it.